Hey guys, it's Carl here, and I thought I'd do a quick little fun video. Steve Vai had an auction through Julian's Auctions in November, so it's been almost 2 months. You have seen some of the product of that auction already when I was playing Evo 4. That is one of the items that he put up for sale, and that was obviously the one that went for pretty much the most money. So I couldn't get that, but I was able to play that because the person that did win that allowed me to have the guitar for a few days. So that was a very, very cool experience. But I did pick up some of my own things from Steve Vai's auction. Luckily, I got everything that I wanted. I wanted 4 items specifically. He put about 340 some items up for auction. And I got the ones that I wanted. So I kind of wanted to show, these are more like sentimental items to me. And I'm a complete geek about Steve Vai stuff. So I thought you guys might want to see what I picked up. It's kind of cool, and this stuff's going to be hanging in my house for eternity. So here we go. I'm going to start here with this is one of the main things that I wanted. So I'm a music geek. I love traditional sheet music writing. I love when I write out like orchestral scores. I think it's like art in and of itself. And this is a transcription that Steve did of Santana's Europa, Earth Cry, Heaven Smile. He did this when he was 18 years old when he was a student at Berkeley. So I don't know if this was an assignment of his or whatever, but it is immaculate. This is his full score, all handwritten in pencil by Steve. He even writes it right on the front. He says, written out by Steve Vai, December 78. And he's got the chord changes written out, but all the melodies, the bass, and everything. So it looks like this is like a sketch he did. It's quite a few pages deep, and his handwriting is just like beautiful. It's like, you watch me write like in traditional sheet music, it doesn't look like this. It's like chicken scratch stuff. But then I think he took that and he did it in full score. So he took that and then put it in more of a full score format. So he has the sections blocked off with red ink, but this is done in pencil too. He spent a lot of time on this. This thing is pages and pages and pages and pages. And it's going to look killer hanging in my little studio here. I already got the spot for it right over that door. And I'm going to frame these things and handwritten by Steve Vai when he was 18 years old. How cool is that? All right, so this next item, there's a few items here that came in this next auction that I won. It's kind of sentimental to me because when I was a kid looking through guitar magazines, this is one of the early ads that I kind of saw all the time. It's like this iconic Steve Vai. It's kind of when Steve Vai became Steve Vai. Just, of course, he was with Zappa and he was cool and stuff, but when he left Zappa and just got in that flexible era and going to David Lee Roth, it's when he became the Steve Vai that everybody, now recognizes and stuff. So I see this ad all the time. I've actually bought the ad off of eBay. So this isn't the actual ad from like in the 80s. And he just looks killer. And he's wearing this shirt that matches his green Mini guitar, and he's standing in front of a huge wall of carbon amps. So I've seen this ad so much as a kid. They call this the flexible shirt, and he auctioned this out. This shirt. Now, this shirt was custom made for this shoot. Now, I believe that this is actually on the set of, he was in Alcatraz at the time, even though the ad says he's a guitar player for David Lee Roth. When this picture was taken, he was in Alcatraz, and this was on the set of their God Blessed video shoot. So you can see him wearing this shirt, not only in this ad, but in this video as well, the same pants. So that's why I think it's coming from the same shirt. But here it is, the iconic shirt that Steve Vai wore in that ad and in that video. And now it's mine. The green's like a little bit faded, well, a lot of it faded, and there's like still some sweat stains on it. It's just really cool. Now I was thinking, everybody, my buddies are like, you got to put it on. And so I'm a pretty lean guy. I'm like 160, about 6 feet tall. So I'm a decently lean guy. Steve Vai is thin. There's a difference. So I'm just worried that if I put it on, it'd be kind of a fat guy in a little coat type of deal. So I don't want to mess it up. I might put it on before I hang it up. I already got the frames downstairs for it. So this is what he called the flexible shirt. And this used in that iconic Carbon ad and in the Alcatraz video. And very, very cool. So with that shirt, he included, like I said, this was an iconic guitar ad. He had a fan that at one time painted that ad and sent it to him. So this is fan art, or just gave it to him in person, I don't know. And Steve included this with it, and he signed the painting up top. So this is going to hang with the shirt. And in addition to that, he included this vest from that same era. So this is a cool vest to begin with. Very, very Vai-esque. Very, very Steve Vai, like this cool vest. But what's really cool about it is the back. He hand painted his Light Without Heat, like his record company, logo on it. It's a little tight in the back. This is killer. He hand painted this. So this is done kind of in that same flexible era when he just had his company, and who knows how long he walked around with this vest. Before I hang it up, which I'm going to hang all these shirts up in my living room downstairs. I've already got a spot for them. I don't know. I'm probably gonna wear it to Target or something just to see if anybody notices where it's from. It's very, very, very cool. But anyway, so that came with that flexible shirt, this vest, and that painting. All right, now the main item that I wanted from this auction, the most sentimental thing that possibly I could probably ever purchase in my life, was one thing that he did for his Passion Warfare album, which is, I've told everybody, that album changed my life forever when that came out and when I got into that album. It changed the course of the rest of my life. It made me want to become a serious guitar player and do all that stuff. So it was just very pivotal. And the first track that got me hooked into Passion Warfare was For the Love of God, which is obviously his most popular track. And he took select tracks from that album and he sold, or basically auctioned off the track sheets. A track sheet is basically anything to do with the track. When you're recording the track, you're writing down all the information from like mix notes to what parts have been recorded. And before like computers took over everything, you actually had to take notes of all this stuff to be able to put everything back where they were, all the processors, what all the settings were for his guitar processor or whatever. So it was very in depth. But he also took notes while he's creating the track of like what he's doing for each section with like the instrumentation or whatever. And he said he sold this for individual tracks, and he did it for the love of God. So I knew this one would go for the most money, of course, but I was willing to go completely bankrupt to get it. So luckily I didn't have to do that, and I won that auction. And here we go. It's still, I can't believe this stuff is sitting. This is old, weathered notebook paper that he's taking notes on while he's recording For the Love of God. How cool is this? This is stuff he was using to create the one piece of music that changed my life forever. And this is all, he's talking about the keyboard settings that he's doing in certain sections, like during the solo, where he's adding a little bit more, how he's adding the parts as he goes, and what he's done, which pad, which setting he's using on the keys, the sound effects he's using, the string parts, and it just keeps going and going to the stuff that he's using. This is dated right here. All these are just absolutely cool. And then we have more string settings. And what's really cool, some people they'll argue with you. It's like, no, he used a gem when he was doing this song. He always uses a gem when he plays live. No, he was using his universe, a white universe, which, I mean, he'll tell you what it is, but people still argue with it. Here's the actual notes for the recording. Universe, what he's using for every single thing, every single part in the keys, the instrumentation, everything. He's got notes, every written down to the voicing that he's using. And what's really cool is he also included the track sheet itself. Now, you can't get this whole thing on video. He wrote For the Love of God on it. But this is all the mix notes. Look how long this thing is. This is very intricate, detailed notes of all the send and returns and all of its effects and its effect buses, and it's 12 pages long. It's all connected in one like accordion sheet. So there's all these notes that he's taken of how he's recording it as he's going. So this iconic song, he used this to record it. And it's now gonna hang in my bedroom, 3 feet from where I sleep every night for the rest of my life, because this is the track that set the course of the rest of my life. And I wouldn't be a guitar player if it wasn't for this song. And he included vintage Passion Warfare era stickers and a vintage Passion Warfare era postcard that he signed. So this is all getting framed. I'm just showing you guys right before it gets framed. So this one's a big one for me. The For the Love of God stuff is what I wanted, and I got it, and it's just amazing. Now, this is going to show you what I'm basically going to do with the For the Love of God stuff. This doesn't belong to me. This is the track sheet and notes and the same stickers and postcard for Liberty, which is the first track on it. And this was purchased by my brother. So this is what he's already done. He got his like 2 weeks before me, so he's been able to frame everything. So he did it for Liberty. Now, my brother's a drummer. He's not even a guitar player, but still, Steve Vai had such a huge impact on him when we were growing up as kids that he's a massive Passion Warfare fan, and he wanted part of the album too. So he was able to get it for Liberty, which is also a great track off the album. And it's the first track. It brings you into the world of Passion Warfare. So this is very, very cool. And what me and him did together was, after we got all the things that we wanted, we went in together and we bought the track sheets for 5 tracks on Passion and Warfare, and I'll show you some of those. So me and my brother, we went in together for this last auction, and we were able to get 5 track sheets for 5 of the songs. So me and my brother combined, we own 7 of the track sheets. There's only 14 songs on the album, so half the songs on the album we own the track sheets to now. So this is the one to the animal, and this one's really cool because I guess I never knew this. The song used to be called "Give It Up," and he just marks it out and he puts the animal. And that's how everybody's known the track now for, 30 years? Or yeah. And you can see what's really cool about these track sheets is it has the letterhead for the mothership, a personal home studio. And that's Steve's home studio, and that he had in the 80s and 90s. And he recorded Passion Warfare there. So this shows you all the different parts of the song that he's recording, the dirt guitar, everything, the solo, the SMPTE recordings, all the MIDI settings. It's just very, very cool. This is all written out here. Really cool display. And there's 5 more here. I won't go through all of them. Here's the one for Love Secrets, right? Yeah, it's Love Secrets. So this one's probably the most, God, it's just got so much stuff written on this sheet. It's just, this one's like 12 pages long and it has like these incredible mixed notes. I don't know how he has the patience for this stuff. I don't know. It's just crazy. This is crazy. This is like a monk sitting here writing out all this stuff, and I don't know how I did it. He obviously wasn't on TikTok and didn't have to worry about that all every day. And it also came with stickers and postcards, so that is signed. So very, very cool. And me and my brother are splitting this up. One of the coolest track sheets is Blue Powder. It's one of my other favorite songs, and that was a deal I had with my brother. Since there's 5 track sheets, how are we going to split this up? One gets 2. So I said, okay, as long as I can get Blue Powder, you can choose the 3 that you want beyond that. So that's how he's going to get 3 of them, and I'm going to get Blue Powder and Ballerina 1224. So it's going to be very, very cool. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of just a fun video showing you what I won in Steve Vai's auction. Steve Vai is the biggest influence on me growing up as a kid, as a guitar player. So to have this stuff in my house, if you would have told me when I was like 14 years old that I would have the track sheet and notes that were sitting right beside Steve Vai while he was recording For the Love of God, I would have told you you're crazy. But they're in my house and I own them, and it's amazing. Anyway. There's probably nobody gets this. I'm just a complete geek when it comes to this type of stuff. But I hope you guys found this entertaining at least. All right, see you again soon.